Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Sareliya. My ID number is 20C123 and our topic of presentation is Matplotlib in Python. Basically Matplotlib is a plotting library for Python programming language and it provides object-oriented API for embedding plots into your application using general purpose GUI toolkits like Kinter, WXPython, Qt or GTK. Matplotlib is open source and we can use it freely and it was created by John D. Hunter. Matplotlib is mostly written in Python and a few segments of Matplotlib are written in C. The source code of Matplotlib is located at this GitHub repository which you can see in your screen and we have also shared the link of the Medium blog so you can find the detailed tutorials in the given Google Colab notebook. You can go to that notebook by clicking on that link. So you can get started with Matplotlib by first installing Matplotlib in your machine. You can install in using pip command pip install Matplotlib. You can import Matplotlib in your code by using the command import Matplotlib. So you can also check your version of Matplotlib by using the command matplotlib dot double underscore version double underscore. So here is a basic example of Matplotlib code. So here as you can see here is a simple line graph given and here we have plotted it using Matplotlib and in this block we have included 6 modules of Matplotlib: pyplot, figure class, axis class, multiple plots in Matplotlib, different types of plots in Matplotlib, and working with images in Matplotlib. In this block, we have given brief introduction about these modules. You can get the detailed instruction or detailed tutorial by going on to the Google Colab notebook or by going on to the GitHub repository. Pyplot in Matplotlib is module that provides MATLAB-like interface. Basically, Pyplot provides function that interacts with the figure. Uh, for example, it creates a figure, decorates the plot with labels, and creates plotting area in a figure. So here, as you can see, the example of Pyplotlib program is given here. And as here we can see, there is a simple line graph using pyplot. Here there are 2 axes and the basic graph is given. Here are basic functionalities of pyplot and you can see these functionalities and detailed tutorial about these functionalities in our Google Colab notebook. The link is given here. The second one is figure class in Matplotlib. So basically figure class is the top level container that contains one or more axes. It is the overall window or page in which everything is drawn. So basically figure class gives you a canvas on which you can draw the graph and here the basic syntax and a simple example of figure class is given. And as here you can see the output of the class is here given. And here are some other functionalities of the figure class and you can visit the detailed tutorial of these functionalities in our Google Colab notebook. Third one is axis class in Matplotlib. So third module is axis class in Matplotlib. So axis class is the most basic and flexible unit for creating subplots. A given figure may contain many axes, but a given axis can only be present in one figure. You cannot include a one axis in many figures. Let's see the below example. So here the basic syntax, basic example code of axis class is given here. And as here you can see the output and the graph of the using the axis class is given here, which is a simple line graph and here are other functionalities of the axis class and you can see its detailed tutorial on our Google Colab notebook. Further I will hand over to Nisarg.
So the fourth topic to be covered in the block is the multiple plot and matplotlib. Multiple plot means we are getting more than one plots in the same figure or in the same output. So one way of doing this is already being considered in the add access method in the figure class. The other two methods I discussed here. So the first method is the subplot. The subplot, here basically an example of subplot is given. So the subplot takes the argument as an measurement of the two grids. So here we have given 2 comma 2. So it will create a 2 by 2 grid. And here you can see for each grid or each index of the grid, we have created the plot. For the first is square, then square root, exponent, and log. So as you can see the output, there are four grid options, and each grid has the plots in it. Now the second way of doing this, the subplot to grid. So here in subplot to grid, we give the measurement of the grid, the index at which the plot is need to be created, and if any call span or row span is needed to be done, then it is indicated here. So the x and the y list indicates the x and the y axis of the plots. So for the plot A and plot B, there are two title game given as square and cube representatively. So here you can see the image shows that the square and the cube are created in the same output. Now, the detailed explanation for this is also created in the Google Colab node. The superimposition of multiple graphs in a same graph, not even in the same plot, but in the same graph having the same axes, is shown in this example. So here we are taking two examples. The first example is cos and the second is the sine. And we are doing the superimposition of both the plots. So here you can see the two lines, the curves are shown in the same plot in the same axis. Now, the fifth point or the fifth topic to be covered in the block is the different type of plot. Different type of plot are supported by the Matplotlib. The first type is the line graph. As seen in the above examples, the line graph can be created using a plot function. So the line graph takes the input of two arguments that are two lists x and y axis, and as per that it creates a line graph here is shown in the figure. The second chart is bar chart. So bar chart or bar plot, it is a rectangular bar length and height category of data. So here it takes two input. First is the frequency, and first is x-axis and the y-axis. X-axis shows the value and the y-axis shows the frequency for it. So using the bar function, we can create the bar chart. The third type is histogram. Histogram is basically representation of some group data. So in this example, you can see we have only x-axis, x-axis data that is 1, 4, 6, and 9. So for that x-axis, using the hist function, we can create a histogram. Histogram can be created with continuous or even without a continuous flow of graph. The fourth type is scatter plot. Scatter plot is an observation between the relations of a particular variable or particular point relationship. So here in this example, you can see using the two axis data, that is x and y axis, and using the scatter plot function, we create a scattered graph which are having distinctive points of for each data value. For example, for the first value, the x-axis is 1 and y-axis is 3. So here you can see for x-axis 1 and y-axis 3, a scatter is created. The next topic is pie plot, pie chart. The pie chart is basically representation of data in a circular or a cylindrical form. So in the representation, first we have the data for the x-axis, and key or exploit is used to figure out to format the way of in which the output will be shown. So here you can see all other data are given as 0.5, 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, but the only 0.075. So here you can see the distance between the all other pie charts is 0.05, but the major one is having 0.05. 0.075 distance from the others. So it is the example of pie chart. The next way of plotting is 3D plot. The 3D plot will have no more than two axes, that is three axis data representation. So as it is consisting of three axes, we have the data for all the three axes, that is x, y, and z all. So using the plot 3D function, we can plot the graph for the three axes. The first argument will be the z axis, second will be the x, and the third will be second will be the y, and the third will be x itself. So now the sixth and the final topic of our blog is working with images. The Matplotlib provides a way of working with images using the module. So it has two main basic functions that are imRead and imShow methods. First, the imRead method. So imRead method uh, takes the image as an argument, and for that image it creates an array like representation for the image, and imShow method uses that array like representation to demonstrate the image in the output. So for the detailed explanation and for the detailed imRead and imShow example, you can go to our Google Colab notebook for the explanation. Now, here is our GitHub link for the Matplotlib Python blog. And in the conclusion, we would like to cover that we have covered Matplotlib in this blog. So Matplotlib is a basic Python fundamental plotting library. So what it does is it provide many types of charts that can be widely used for the research-based work when statistics are needed to be implemented. It is used when numerous plots in a single figure are needed to be generated. So here we conclude that we have shown in this block different types and how to edit or scale the figure, how to use different type of parameters to embellish the plot, and many other ways. So here we have provided the reference links for our blogs from which where we have took the reference. So thank you so much.